What's going on, guys? It's Dewey here. This is going to be a more personal episode. I want to talk about some things that I just want to vent about and stuff. I'll explain more in a little bit, but I've gone through, how do I say this? I've put myself through the ring of self-improvement, the self-improvement sphere, and a little bit of the manosphere. I know it's cringe and stuff, but I feel a decent reasoning as to why I went through that phase. I'm currently out of it right now, even though I still do some things that are still prevalent in self-improvement spheres and stuff like that. I don't looks max, I don't goon, edge, those brain rotted terms that have been thrown around a bunch. I'll get to that later. And to start, I want to say why did I start doing it? Why did I get into self-improvement as a medium or as a trend? This is a more personal side of me. Growing up, I've always been socially inept, and I never really had many close friends. I've always had one or two. One currently, or right now at least. And I never had a girlfriend, and that really bothered me, especially in 9th and 10th grade. I mean, I'm currently in 11th grade now, so it's not too far back, but it's still kind of far back in my perspective. And I really wanted a girlfriend, and it's something that's bugging me throughout my high school life, and still now. I still think about wanting a girlfriend now, but just less so. That's more to tackle in another episode or video. But anyways, that is kind of the whole purpose as to why I started going into self-improvement. I just cracked my knuckle. The first video I ever watched from self-improvement was on Nofap. Nofap is still something I kinda do, kinda don't. It's kinda disgusting to talk about and almost seen as a taboo topic, but it's a daily part of most teenagers' life to absolutely beat the shit out of their meat. So it's not too taboo to talk about, in my opinion. So about Nofap, I tried to not beat the shit out of my meat a bit, and the longest Nofap streak I guess I ever had lasted about 3/4 of the way through 10th grade, as well as the summer before 10th grade. Now the thing about Nofap is that people say it gives you these special magical powers you just gain from not beating your meat. That's not true. As someone who's gone through the gauntlet of not trying to beat their meat, I can definitely say I didn't really feel much coming out of it. It's supposed to give you things like improved energy, improved social abilities, and stuff like that. It never really got that. I never really got those special things that are supposed to come from Nofap, and it only really made me more anxious, more socially distraught, I guess. It didn't really one of the things is that it's supposed to change my perception on women. It's ooh, women no sex toy, women human. No shit, of course they're human. Whatever. Anyways, another main tenet of self-improvement and the stuff surrounding it is cold showers. This one I kind of agree with them with a little bit. I did a cold showers for 3 months straight, and it actually does help with my energy and stuff. Another one is journaling and meditating. I still journal from time to time. I still have my notebook that's going on 2 years now. Just note down any exciting things that have happened over the days and stuff like that. Journaling is very therapeutic, as well as meditating is very therapeutic, but this video isn't meant to like agree and side with self-improvement and the sphere it's around. It's more to show why I stopped and why I don't like it. Now, people in the space will probably think, oh, you just stopped because you didn't have enough willpower. You're a beta male. You're this, you're that. First off, please shut the fuck up and drink your soy like a good little cuck. Ooh, the edgelord Dewey's coming out. I don't care. Anyways, the thing I find most problematic with self-improvement is people make it out to be like success in life is just one singular pipeline. Like you do this, you do that, and that's how you get your girl, or that's how you get money, or that's how you find happiness. But that's not how life is for all people. Like, I think of this all the time about self-improvement, is like with these guys, they're striving to be different from everyone else, but in that same breath they're becoming like everyone else, just in a different sphere. They're trying to transform themselves into rich, successful like tech bros, and trying to escape from like 9-to-5 grind, which in some respects I admire, you know, but in other respects you're just becoming another bot in a sea of other bots. It's like that scene from I, Robot with Will Smith. It's not, by trying to like diversify yourself, you're like undiversifying yourself. I'm not sure how to put it. It's 7:30 and I'm tired as fuck. By trying to make yourself stand out from the crowd and through things other people tell you, and through what other people have tried to teach you, and copying it note for note like everyone else, you're only going to make yourself more like the other people, and you're just going to turn from one kind of sheep into another kind of sheep, if that metaphor makes sense. That's sort of why I quit and why I find it to be shit, because self-improvement is also like is kind of like a drug in some sense, because you're always striving to like improve yourself, which I admire, don't get me wrong, but you also don't have enough time to like reflect or enjoy life. Because that's like another thing, is they stress like work 24/7 and don't have enough time to actually enjoy yourself. And while I think work is important in life, obviously, neglecting what makes you happy, if it's not work that makes you happy, I should also add, neglecting what makes you happy will just make you miserable, even more so. It doesn't matter if you're on Nofap, it doesn't matter if you meditate, it doesn't matter if you take cold showers. If you neglect what you want to do and what your inner self wants you to do, then that'll like just make you even more miserable. Now, I'm not saying like to trust your inner self and like rob banks or steal candy from babies. No, you have to split your, I guess, animalistic side from your actual moral self. And that's another thing, or that's another point I want to get to. Sorry for like the abrupt end to that section. Is a lot of it is really cringe, I've noticed. Like, even from an outsider perspective, it's really cringe. I mean, that's like a no shit Sherlock moment, but like, I used to watch these, I'm cringing at myself thinking about it. I used to watch these videos, and it would be like, reject modernity, embrace masculinity. It would have like fucking, all I am is a man. Like that song. I'll put the song up on camera to show you guys, but it would be like the beginning would be like Nikocado Avocado and Belle Delphine, and it would be like sad music, and then it would switch to like, yeah, masculinity, oh yeah, I'm such a man, and it would be like clips from like All Quiet on the Western Front or like Call of Duty, which is pretty comical because All Quiet on the Western Front, I'm pretty sure the main character goes through like experiences true trauma during World War I. So I don't know how that's being a man by subjecting yourself to war terrors and PTSD, but to each their own, I guess. I even while doing self-improvement, I sort of categorize this as motivational porn, I guess would be the best way to put it, because the feeling I get from like watching those lasts for like 5 minutes at max, if even. And there's also, to add on to that feeling, there are also people like, you know, like the big boys of this sphere, like Andrew Tate, ew, or like Hamza, who I don't look up to. I genuinely don't like. I don't want my character to reflect any characteristics on their part. I just don't like them. Some parts of Hamza I admire because he's trying to help others, but his reasonings are lackluster and his character still needs improvement. But yeah, so self-improvement as like an idea isn't bad, of course. You know, being the best person you can is a noble thing to do. The way it's being tackled, like modern times, is pretty cringe. So, in my opinion, I think we should strive to not make self-improvement about net wealth and building your character through like a set path, and rather through like your own choice. I don't know if I'm talking out my ass or not, but you have to discover it on your own and don't just take other people's word for gospel. I don't really know how to end this off, but I'll leave off with some words of encouragement. Don't be ashamed for what you are, and you should strive to do what makes you happy and what makes you want to succeed, as well as what makes... I'm just going to end that thought off. And one final thing is never compare yourself to others. That's a skill I'm still working on, and I bet a lot of people could relate to that, because it sort of becomes numbing when you see like the 10th video of someone driving a Bugatti, eating caviar all day, and it's like, shut up, we don't give a shit. Like, my definition for success is much different from your definition of success, and that shouldn't deter you from quitting your definition of success to go for another person's definition of success. But I have no clue what I'm talking about, so I should probably go. The sleep deprivation is definitely getting to me right now. Bye, guys.